Yeah, that's the event. That's the event. Crystal Caravan Leader. Play in 3 acts. The leader of the Crystal Caravan is on the lookout for an experienced adventurer. This quest is available for a limited time only. Heaven's Word Orchestrion. A musical for Heaven's Word used to add to your orchestrion list. Without further ado, let me introduce the rest of the troop. "'Tis an honor to meet you, milady, and I hope our time together is fruitful. On the anniversary of our realm's rebirth, our troop shall depict the tragic events of the calamity. I shall play the role of the legendary adventurer, the warrior of light." "You are doubtless thinking, but I thought you were a puppet troupe." "Indeed we are, but we strive to set ourselves apart from the rest. I urge you to try and find another troupe as lively as ours. You shall not." "Of course, the puppets still play a vital role. My partner and I provide the voices, endowing even the most crudely carved piece of wood with a personality of its own. I only hope you are able to provide our actor here with the inspiration to keep up with us." "Aye, a soulless performance is a shame to behold. But there'd be no show at all without puppets, or a stage. You can go ahead and thank me for those two indispensable elements. The audience may not see my face, but I appreciate their applause all the same." Crystal Caravan Carpenter. And the others are Crystal Caravan Ventriloquist. "It is with this talented crew that I hope to move the hearts of Eorzea's people and win their acclaim. It has been our dream to perform a play which lingers in the minds of its viewers long after the curtain falls. Indeed, 'tis my hope that this production will be remembered for years to come." But of course, an ambitious concept is nothing without a first-rate script, which is why we sought out Eorzea's foremost author of stories, poems, and songs to write it. However, the draft we've received from him is quite, shall we say, open to interpretation. In fact, I'm not sure if I would call it a script at all. It's more of a general outline of the events. The others insist it's a work of genius, but I just can't see it. Madame, you must look past the words on the page. A play is a living thing, and the playwright has given us the opportunity to let our imaginations run wild. Stirring dramas are born from the reactions of the crowd, the passion of the actors, and yes, even the weather can make a performance more lively. A stirring drama, yes, that is what we must deliver. To that end, my acting should be informed by knowledge, by the experience of those who lived through the day firsthand, and who better than an adventurer to aid me in gathering such tales? Crystal Caravan actor. I understand the proprietress of the Quicksand, Mistress Mumbledy, has a soft spot for adventurers like yourself. She likely has a wealth of stories to share. Good madam, if you could ask her to regale our star with but a few, the Crystal Caravan would be in your debt. And they say adventurers only seek their own glory. You have our gratitude, friend. I reckon you might even put my puppets to shame, eh? Well then, let's be off, shall we? To the Quicksand. With your help, we'll make a hero out of him yet. Speak with Mumbledy at the Quicksand. In looking to the past, we take solace in the present and think of what the future may hold. That is the very essence of the Rising. This year we have prepared a play to be performed by my fellow thespians in the Crystal Caravan. It is sure to enthrall everyone in attendance. What is the Rising? Why, the anniversary of the realm's rebirth. Together we have overcome the tragedy of 5 years past, and we are here to keep spirits high during trying times. We would also tell tales of the brave sacrifices of the many heroes who fought during the calamity, brave heroes, the memory of whom has been robbed from us by forces unknown. Though we cannot remember their faces, we can show respect to their deeds. Thus was the Rising started, to ensure that none forget that day. And so the streets are decorated with somber trappings, and the night skies filled with vibrant fireworks. The solemn atmosphere and bright lights above may spur others to reflect on the doom portended by Dalamud. By doing so, they might give thanks for the present and muster hope for a brighter tomorrow. What kind of play? It is a story of selfless sacrifice and brave deeds, but it is also a story of terrible tragedy and harrowing loss. It is a story of none other than the calamity. On a stage worthy of the realm's most prestigious theater troupe, we, and by we I mean the Crystal Caravan, shall reenact the hellish battle of Cartano. Countless other troops put their names forward at the opportunity to perform during this special occasion, but after a stringent review process, the Crystal Caravan outshone them all. Our popularity, talent, and passion are second to none. What is the Crystal Caravan? What is the Crystal Caravan? Why, none other than Eorzea's foremost puppet troupe. We are led by a retired actress, renowned for her grace and skill. After retiring from the stage, she created her own troupe, that she might bring the joy of theater to all across the realm. Our chief demands absolute perfection in all aspects of the performance, from the script to the costumes, while even the wood used for the stage. Her unrelenting standards have given us some of the most memorable plays of recent times. She takes great interest in each member's development, and under her tutelage the troupe has risen to heights thought unattainable. Our chief selects her lead actors very carefully. She says the current one is the most skilled she's seen in 10 years. One day I hope for a lead role. Every day I rehearse my scenes and pour my heart into my delivery. I dare say I work harder than any of my rivals. Although I wasn't chosen for this performance, its success can only mean more commissions in the future, and so I shall continue to spread the word about our troupe, that one day it will be my time to shine. rising bender. It's 1.0 inferior. Rising pillar, a decorative pillar designed to decorate residences for the rising. Rising banner, a handsome banner designed to decorate residences for the annual rising celebration. Meteor shower, a festive firework designed to replicate the summoning of a meteor. Heaven's cracker, a realm reborn red, magic's prism. So this is Mistress Momodi. Seeing her so hard at work fills me with determination and something else. Is this? Ah, no, I cannot let myself get distracted. Come on, let's see what she has to say about the calamity. some welcome to come to celebrate the anniversary, have you? Couldn't have picked a better place, I say. What can I get for you? Greetings, Mr. Snowman. I am a humble actor of the Crystal Caravan, and we came to celebrate this moment to say by retelling the story of the calamity. I've come before you to hear any stories you may have of that day, so I might draw upon them to inspire me. Well, ain't that something? I'd be happy to oblige you, of course. Let me see. Right, 5 years back, was it? I remember it like it were yesterday. The western moon coming down hard, growing bigger and redder by the moment. Indeed, the moon burned as fiercely as the sun, and grew larger besides. Such a sight that many feared the end of the world was at hand. You rightly so. It's better even now to think of it. Not all of us were shivering in fear. There were those courageous few who fought onto their eyes. To speak of the warriors of light, heroes worthy of song and celebration. Alas, none can remember what they looked like, or even their names. It's a shame, too. Right, a damn shame. All the more reason why your play is important. Even if we can't remember them, we can't let them, or what they did for us, be forgotten. Of course, Mr. Snowman, and thank you for reminding me of the brevity of our town children. I shall do my utmost to ensure the memory of the warriors of light lives on. The warriors of light lives on. You call on Dadaron over the German wench yet? Ought to if you haven't. I'm sure he'd be eager to speak with you. Just remember that. A brilliant suggestion. That settles it then. Let us away to Lunsa and speak with this Dadaron. Mr. Snowman, it has been a pleasure. I reckon there's more than a few with high expectations for this play of yours. I trust you won't let them down, eh? Speak with Dadaron and the Dragon Lunch. In Lunsa. So this is better, and he looks jovial enough. Come, let us see what he has to say. You're a festive-looking pair, ain't ye? If you ask me, there's no better place to celebrate the anniversary of the calamity than right here at the Drownin' Wench. Well then, what's your poison? Greetings, Master Bateron. I've come seeking advice to aid in my own celebration of sorts, a stage reenactment of the very events this day commemorates. I would much appreciate if you could share with us any stories you might have. A reenactment, you say? Bugger me, that sounds like a grand idea, but afore I get to rambling, I should warn ye my memory ain't what it used to be. I remember the whole lot of them Alliance boys and girls marching off to Cartano. Dalamud was hangin' overhead like a sword about to drop from the sky, and there'd been talk about calling upon the 12 to stay its descent. I can scarce imagine the fear they must have had to overcome to set foot on a doomed battlefield. 'Twasn't a task for the faint of heart, going toe-to-toe with the Garleans beneath the blood-red moon. Every man and woman what fought that day's deserving of our respect. Wasn't there myself, of course, but the survivors said that naught could be heard over roar of the battle, that is, till Dalamud burst open and that thrice-damned bastard of a dragon Bahamut showed himself. Bahamut, the primal that set Eorzea aflame. No matter their strength in numbers, how could anyone hope to win against such an enemy? They couldn't, but then, just as they were all bracing to be burned to cinders, the dragon up and disappears in the flash of blinding light. Ain't a soul alive who knows the how or why of it. I see, Master Bateron. You have my thanks for sharing your story. I shall do my utmost to ensure that our audience remembers the bravery of the soldiers that day. Oh, knowing the full weight of my responsibility makes me all the more nervous. Some might say that's a good thing. Any road, I ain't the only one ye ought to be asking about that day. I'm sure me own of the Carline Canopy would be happy to tell you a tale or two. Of course, one can never have too much inspiration. Adventurer, let us depart to the Carline Canopy at once. Master Bateron, thank you again. That one certainly doesn't want for passion, eh? I'll have to try and see if I can't make my way to Ul'dah and see this play in person. Speak with me on at the Carline Canopy. So, to Gridania. must say, if I had the time, I'd be inclined to spend more than a few nights here. Unfortunately, we have no such luxury. We must remain focused on the task at hand. Now let's speak with Mion and see what she has to say. In looking to the past, we take solace in the present and think of what the future may hold. Ah, pray forgive me. At this time of year, one cannot help but wax poetic. How may I be of service? It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Mistress Mion. I have been tasked with portraying the storied Warriors of Light in a play which will commemorate the events of the Calamity. If you would be so kind to tell me the Archon Louisoix, a resident of this very city, I believe, I would be grateful. Archon Louisoix. Indeed, he resided here in Gridania. His sacrifice during the Battle of Cartagena is something we shall never forget. Perhaps if you were to tell me more of him and his relationship with the Warriors of Light. Oh, he had worked closely with the Warriors of Light, even before Cartagena, and on that fateful day he took charge of the Alliance forces. They did not hesitate to fight under his command. Had they not been there to hold back the relentless assault of the Imperial Army, many believe that Master Louisoix would have not even had the time to beseech the 12 parade. Alas, in the end, both the Archon and those brave heroes gave their lives in our defense, though we can never thank them enough. During this solemn time, we must honor their sacrifice. To honor the bond that Louisoix and the Warriors of Light shared, and to commemorate their brave deeds, I pledge to bare my soul on the stage. Just as they risked their lives in the fighting, so too shall I act as if my life depends on it. Then I am certain you will receive a standing ovation. You have my sincerest gratitude, Mistress Mion. As do you, adventurer. I feel my muse stirring at last. It's time to rehearse, rehearse, rehearse. Adventurer, pray inform the others that I shall set to work at once. I must say, I am quite eager to see what sort of play they put on. Look for me in the crowd. Speak with the Crystal Caravan leader at the Ruby Road Exchange. So back to Ul'dah. Crystal Caravan leader. Welcome back. It appears your research was certainly a success. Our future Warrior of Light set to rehearsing most enthusiastically. I owe you my thanks, good adventurer, for introducing us to such colorful and knowledgeable characters. Now we must begin preparations. Of course, we've prepared a space for you as the guest of honor. May the tale of the calamity bring tears to your eyes and warmth to your heart. Chief, the bloody beam. I fell right on top of him. Gods be good. Huh? Him? What beam? Our lead was rehearsing the Battle of Cartagena, most passionately, I might add, when he knocked one of the puppets into an unstable beam, which then fell over and knocked him off the stage. He'll recover with time, but only the 12 know when he'll be fit for theatrics. Heavens forfend! Just when I thought our problems had been solved. To think, his newfound passion was what led to this. Although it grieves me greatly, I see no choice but to postpone our show. It would seem fate does not favor us today. Sigh. I'll go and break the bad news to the public. Wait, I just thought of something. We have an adventurer right here, don't we? And one with no small amount of talent. Yes, you can channel your own experiences and bring the heroics of the warriors of light to life. The more I look at you, the surer of it I become. Madam, I believe you may be onto something. Of course, it stands to reason that an actual adventurer would be most suited to play the role of one. Why did we not see it before? Can we really expect a novice to move the audience? Still, I must admit, I would rather not disappoint our fans. And I suppose greatness does sometimes spring from improvisation. Yes, perhaps we have a chance after all. Besides, our voices should be able to carry the performance. So what say you? Will you take the stage? Well, now that that's settled, I'll get the puppets and the stage ready. No more falling beams, you have my word. Feeling a bit of stage fright, eh? Worry not, my friend. My troupe is more than capable of bringing even the most wooden performance to life. Just act from the heart, and I'm sure you'll impress. Well then, whenever you're ready, just let me know. Until then. For heavens were used to add clear orchestrations. Heaven's Word, seasonal event reward. The reputation of the Crystal Caravan is riding on the success of this play. Please, if you would take the stage, we would be forever in your debt. Show must go on. It's beautiful. The Crystal Caravan leader is ready to put on the show of lifetime. This crystal is available for a limited time. Is it repeatable? I think it is. Festive firework designed to replicate the summoning of a meteor. Ready to take the stage. Our preparations should be more or less complete. Whenever you're ready, the carpenter is waiting near the wings to let you onto the stage. Remember, all we ask is that you give us your most heartfelt performance and return here once you've finished. Oh, and don't forget, our future is riding on your shoulders. I'm sure you'll do great. The worst I've ever seen an audience do is pelt the performers with comatose. But of course, I'm sure that won't happen today. Speak with the Crystal Caravan carpenter to start the play. Ready to take the stage, eh? Just change into your costume and you'll be ready to start the show. It took me a bit of work to adjust it to your size. Let's hope it brings out the hero in you. Now, the rest of us will be following your lead, but don't put too much pressure on yourself. We're professionals after all. Just act from the heart, and we'll make the best of it like we always do. Now go on, and good luck. Let the play begin. I'll be cheering from the wings. It was the year 1572 of the 6th Astral Era. A terrible catastrophe known as the Calamity threatened to bring untold destruction to Eorzea. At the same time, the Garlean Empire overran the Cartanel Flats. The three great city-states formed a grand alliance that they might repel the aggressors and see their peoples through these dark times. Among the many who fought that day was a warrior whose noble deeds gave others the courage to carry on, a warrior who was willing to sacrifice herself to save the many. A warrior of light. Proud sons and daughters of Garlemald, who shall purge this land in its blight. But first, let us crush its pathetic army under the heels of our boots. two armies clashed under the specter of the sanguine moon. The Warrior of Light led a band of hardened adventurers into the desperate melee, trying to stem the tide of the relentless onslaught. They fought on until, flagging and weary, the moon of Dalamud waxed ever fuller, at last bursting open to reveal the terrifying truth of what slumbered inside. What will you say? The Dreadworm Bahamut? Or it was, I'm pretty sure it's that one, but I want to make sure. I'm pretty sure it's the Dreadworm Bahamut. Yeah. So I want to see all of them. So I'm going to go the right way first and then see them. The Dreadworm Bahamut. Yes, from within the flaming moon emerged the dread primal Bahamut. Freed at last from his prison, he unleashed his seething rage upon the land, engulfing Eorzea in flames. Our intrepid hero was helpless in the face of such power, and the force of Bahamut's assault left her battered and breathless. But just as the sun was to set on Eorzea's fate, a voice called out, saving our brave champions from certain doom. What will you say? It was the voice of the Archon Luswa, or it was the voice of, Indeed, it was the Archon Luswa's voice that called out over the endless battlefield, the erudite scholar and compassionate commander who came from far-flung Charlayan to deliver us to salvation. 12 above, I beseech thee, lend me your strength, and seal Bahamut within Dalamud once more. But lo, Bahamut's power was too great and Luswa's ritual failed. The end of Eorzea was at hand, but in that moment of darkest despair, the Archon entreated the gods once more. Hearkening to his plea, they imbued the Warrior of Light with their divine strength. Once more our hero rose, and stood unflinching against Bahamut. What will you say? Bahamut was slain with a single blow, or they, Brave champions, I leave the rest in your hands. If I can but see you to a new future, I should want for nothing more. Luswa's final words joined the prayers of every Eorzean, and the 12 bestowed upon the Warrior of Light their blessing. The fate of the realm resting on her shoulders, our hero lashed out with one last desperate attack. imbued with the power of the gods themselves. Those who has saved, warrior of light, the realm is in your death. The threat has been vanquished, and hope can return to the hearts of the people. The bravery of our hero shall illuminate the future of the realm. I knew you'd be a success up there, and even so, I didn't expect you to do that well. You have our thanks, adventurer. They're still clapping. Well, what are you waiting for? Go back out there and give your adoring fans what they want. You're still new to all this, aren't you? It's called the curtain call. Now's your chance to bask in a well-deserved applause. Show the crowd your lovely face. Would you listen to that? How long do you think they would clap if she remained on the stage? For as long as she deserves, I gather. It is not often one has the opportunity to be in the presence of such a radiant actor. It is as if the warrior of light herself was standing there. I've been at this a long time, and that was among the most moving performances I've seen. I've no doubt the chief feels the same way too. I speak with the Crystal Caravan leader. I must say, you certainly exceeded our expectations. Perhaps our little accident before was but a blessing in disguise. Either way, I offer you my thanks on behalf of every member of the Crystal Caravan. And it would seem you have one particularly passionate fan that would offer you his personal thanks. He has left a message just for you. The show must go on. After the curtain falls, the Crystal Caravan leader gazes at you with expectant eyes. This quest is available for a limited time. On the crowd, she is terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you waiting. Wind up, dressed like each total, now with more etheric enhancements. Our leading lady returns, I see. Once again, I must say you gave quite a memorable performance, so memorable in fact that the playwright himself expressed his admiration. Although he will soon be departing Olda, he very much wished to speak with you before he boarded the airship. Go now and you might catch him. I've been to many a show as a thespian, and I reckon that one was among the top 10 performances I've ever seen. Thank you, adventurer. Wait for the playwright near the wellhead left. Greetings, my friend. When I set quill to parchment to recount the story of the calamity, I did not imagine you would be cast as the warrior of light. Oh, of course, it's Yoshida. Which is not to say you were unfit for the role. On the contrary, I could not have hoped for a more talented thespian to bring my words to life. To a man, the audience was moved beyond words, and I found myself unable to stop clapping even after you had left the stage. I can only imagine the experiences you must have drawn upon to inform your acting. After today, I suspect many shall call you the War of Light in earnest. Although the calamity was a terrible tragedy, it also served to sow seeds of hope for the future, hope in the form of countless brave adventurers, much like the warriors of light, who even now protect Eorzea with their lives. And as much as I would like to see you take the stage time and again, I am certain you will be of more use to the realm as its protector. As an adventurer, for my part, I shall continue to regale others with songs telling of your deeds. The road ahead will be fraught with hardship, of this I am certain. If ever you find yourself in the midst of a crisis, remember the events of the calamity, remember how hope was born from despair, and continue your fight that I might someday hear of your heroics. Speak with the crystal caravan leader. Have you spoken to the wandering minstrel? Splendid. But there is one last member of our troop who would offer you his thanks. One other than a star-crossed leading man, freshly released from the infirmary. When that beam took me out of commission, I was positively crestfallen. It is no small blessing that we were able to perform the show, and to such acclaim. But alas and alack, I was confined to a bed in Frondale's frontistery, unable to witness your stunning performance with my own eyes. The chirurgeon has instructed me to refrain from taking the stage until I am fully healed, but I intend to stay limber with some light rehearsing, and I certainly intend to watch your next appearance. Yes, you simply must reprise your role. We've received countless inquiries from your adoring fans, all curious as to when your next performance will be. The puppet theater is a simple matter to set up. Ask and we can be ready in a flash. To prove how eager we are for you to join us again, I'll add a little bonus to your payment for this performance. You've certainly earned it for all you've done for us. Pray do not let this be the last time I can reward your performance. It would be an honor to tell our tale of heroism and hope with you again. After the curtain falls. Third rises a charm. Complete the quest after the curtain falls. Your portrayal was met with critical acclaim. Why, I've lost count of the number of people who have asked when they might see you act again. Pray take the stage once more. You wouldn't want to disappoint your admirers now, would you? You wish to reprise your role? Well, who am I to deny our star? If you would reenact the calamity again, our carpenter would gladly let you on the stage. Remember, all we ask is that you give us your most heartfelt performance and return here once you've finished. Oh, and don't forget, our future is riding on your shoulders. I'm sure you'll do great. Couldn't get enough of the applause, I know that feeling. Now you know where the costume is. Go on, the adoring crowd is waiting. Let the play begin, and I'll be cheering from the wings. Is the same. It was Quay. A chocobo chick. I mean, of course it was a chocobo chick. Large as a dragon grown. From high in the heavens it tumbled, the earth quaking as it landed. A deafening quay echoed across the battlefield, and with a violent kick of its legs, the chocobo sent both armies reeling to the ground. Thus did the Battle of Cartano come to a decisive end. Eorzea was spared destruction, and the chocobo chick hailed as savior of the realm. Quay, quay, quay! Now that was a round of applause, well deserved. Seeing you move so passionately on the stage was enough to inspire even me to consider taking up acting. Thank you, adventurer. Somehow we finished the play without any major incidents. However, I'm not entirely sure our dramatic interpretation of the calamity was true to the facts. Let's hope the public doesn't think we meant to deceive them. Now, I have no doubt that you're quite tired after such an impassioned performance. Take some time and rest, and speak to me again when you've recovered. Is it random? Once again, you've captured the hearts of the audience. I dare say this play was even more enthralling than the last. Await your next performance with bated breath. The Alamut burnt blood red, and just as the tendrils of its flame reached out to engulf the land, down descended the Archon Louisoix from the heavens. He had come to save Eorzea. I said he came from the heavens. Louisoix came to save Eorzea. Ahem. If it is the dreadworm Bahamut you fear, then fear no longer. I stole upon him whilst he was in a deep sleep. The battle was short, and I emerged victorious. From his meat did I concoct a stew most hearty, and from his bones did I mix a salve to soothe all wounds. You ate him? I mean, and so did Louisoix consume the heart of his enemy, and thus averted the calamity. With the medicine made from the dragon's bones, the Archon added years to the lives of Eorzea's people. And all lived happily ever after. A wonderful story indeed, however, it's not exactly the one I remember hearing. Come on again. It was an enormous cat. As round as the red moon and nigh as large, it fell to the ground. The impact of its landing knocked soldiers on both sides to the ground. And then, their hearts having been melted by the sight of such a cuddly creature, Garleans and Eorzeans alike lost the will to fight. They cast down their weapons and embraced each other as brother and sister, returning home without further bloodshed. A gargantuan feline, moved by this display of camaraderie, purred with joy. Why, it's purring right now. Can you hear that? It's the sound of peace. The voice which called out for our hero was, "Our carpenter? What in the seven hells are you doing?" A Apologies, Chief, but the fireworks ain't firing the way they should. I take pride in my craft, you see. I just can't let such things stand without at least an honest attempt at fixing it. And this is your idea of fixing things? Barging onto the stage like a gaboo run amok? By the gods. Would you look at that, everyone? Impeccable craftsmanship, so impeccable that the realm was saved. And with that, today's show shall come to a close. Thank you one and all. A voice called out, piercing the chaos of the battlefield, the voice of none other than another warrior of light. Begone, vile beast, you shall threaten the realm no longer. In defense of her fallen comrade, the stalwart warrior stood valiantly against Bahamut. From whence did this mysterious ally come? None can recall, but the fatal blow struck against the mighty dragon resounds to this day. Darkness shall flee before the light of my blood. That was amazing. I mean, thus was Bahamut laid low and the realm saved. 3 cheers for the warrior of light. So, wow came. The voice that called out to our desperate hero was none other than A cheerleader? Yes, a cheerleader whose invigorating words filled our hero with determination anew. While enveloped the warrior of light and magic, whisking her away to safety. Isn't that what actually happened? Yes. Woe unto us, our saviors have gone. Who shall save us now? It is hopeless. Brave champions, I leave the rest in your hands. If I can but see you to a new future, I should want for nothing more. That actually is what happened. Hope it's not the same one. This one? No, it is the same one. What the fuck? Come on, there's supposed to be 3 for each one. How did I get the fucking same one? That's so annoying. I have to go through the entire fucking play again. I should just let you just redo the play without running over here, and then you have to run back. I'm gonna have to skip this stuff. Is it that fucking... no, it's different. Reinvigorated by the Archon's prayer, the warrior of light rose anew. She turned to face the dread Bahamut and unleashed her most powerful weapon, a single pithy quote. You don't need a reason to help people. Bahamut was overwhelmed by the empathetic words of a legendary thief. So moved was he that his breath caught in his throat, leaving him unable to wreak any more havoc on Eorzea. Huzzah! Is that a quote from Riku or something? Hopefully I can see the last one now. Where was that from? Go down. Come on, not the same fucking thing again. I want to see the last one. see. Come on. Uswa's incantation revitalized the warrior blood, and with a newfound tenacity, she fixed her smoldering gaze upon the dragon. And in a flash, Bahamut was defeated. The warrior of light was surprised her foes fell so easily. You shall rue the day you stood against me, foolish mortals. Tremble before me, Bahamut Omega, tremble in despair, for I am not the only dragon you must contend with. In my savage roar, I summon Bahamut Alpha and Bahamut Beta, and Bahamut... No, we don't have all the puppets for... and so he spoke on and on until Bahamut named all of his kin. In fact, some say he is still talking to this day. Stray seeds quicken in ashes in grey embrace, valiant blades forged under the 12's good grace. That voice is honey to my ears. Whose could it be? Why, what an unexpected turn of events. A bard sang out for our hero, and his heavenly voice gave her the will to rise again. What say you, friend? Do you find despair in these words, or hope? More often than not, the meaning of prophecy lies in the hearts of those who hear it, so close your eyes and envision the future you desire. Warrior of light, to save Eorzea you must pray fervently for a brighter tomorrow. Unfetter your heart and embrace hope, and adventurers far and wide shall add their voices to yours. As Bahamut's flames lay waste to the land, thousands of cried out, certain that the end was nigh, but the warrior of light rose from the ashes, unburnt and unbroken, and she prayed. Although none can know what is to come, I swear that you shall always have my support. I entrust the future of Eorzea to you, brave hero. And so, heartened by the minstrel's words, and emboldened by the prayers of many, the warrior of light felled the fearsome Bahamut with a single blow. Seemingly indomitable Bahamut vanished in a brilliant flash of light. Once more hope returned to the hearts of Eorzea's people. Unto chaos and despair came hope, but dawn to banish the light. A hero was come to our realm, hail the warrior of light. So long as this hero stands with us, the future of Eorzea shall ever shine bright. My apologies. I could not resist the urge to take the stage once you spoke of me. Stirring as it is to hear tales of heroism, sometimes one must be the hero, although 'twas only on the stage. I thank you for allowing me to live out that dream. Eorzea has suffered countless hardships and will doubtless suffer many more. I hold no dread in my heart, however, for I believe you shall lead the way to a brighter tomorrow. Neath pillars of war, whirling strife, founders the dross of despair. O'er pillars of eddying life, surge high the gales of prayer. Flux and flow do the gyres, joined by the crystal in thy keep. Thy adamant spear bores steep and tired, thy argent blade cleaves oceans deep. Tell me, true friend, were my words to your liking? It is a poem of gratitude and hope. Gratitude for the past and for the present, and hope for the future, a hope which I am certain you shall help fulfill. Terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you waiting. Now with more etheric enhancements. And I summon the Wind Up Crown minion. And I summon the Joseph Toru. Rising Pillar. Rising Banner. Shower. Let's see what it does. This clockwork contraption has been crafted at the behest of the Adventurers Guild in celebration of the Rising, Eorzio's annual celebration of rebirth. The enormous feline ears attached to her head are thought to represent Kyle's ability to hear the whispers of the soul. Dress up each total. This clockwork automaton has been crafted at the behest of the Adventurers Guild in celebration of the Rising, Eorzio's annual celebration of rebirth. Alfino Lebelow was apparently more than happy to submit a rough sketch for the design, despite never being asked.